Good morning, family and friends. We're here at Oakland Cemetery. We're actually here at section 4, and if you watched a couple of our previous videos, it's a windy day, so apologize for the wind noise. It's going to be pretty windy over here over the next couple of days. Right at my foot is the stone. We already did a little bit of early homework here. It's the stone of the infant baby Slade, S-L-A-D-E. We know in this section, while we're in the process of mapping the cemetery, that there was a previous picture by Miss Dawn Billick of infant baby Slade. And so this whole section, all we did is we used our probing tool and went down the rows till we actually found stones. In fact, we found lots of weird things. We found bricks, we found just blocks of asphalt, and luckily enough we did find stones, and we actually found some temporary markers, and we'll kind of explain that here in a little bit. But for this particular stone, we knew there was a previous picture of it, so we just had to figure out where this stone may have been. And then by the use of our probing tool, we ended up finding Miss Carrie Slade stone, which is right by my feet. What our intention is, Mr. Harmon and I, basically we're going to, we've already cut the mat out, so we're going to remove the mat, and you guys will be able to see a close-up of the stone and how far it's sunk. And then once that is complete, our intention is, at least if this is the ground, then, and this is the stone here, we're going to at least take the stone up to the ground level and at least make it level to the ground. That's our intention. We do not know what the physical stone looks like, so that will be another thing that we have to work with. But as of right now, that's our plan, and we'll see you in the next cut. Alright folks, we're at young baby Slade's stone here in section 4. As you can see, this is a really beautiful stone. We saw that on the previous picture, but right now it's kind of filled in dirt. What we wanted to do is we kind of cleaned off the name so you can at least see the name. But at the final clip, we will clean this stone off. But what we had to do, we had to assess, right now the stone, instead of being flat, it's at an angle. So the stone is angled down. And then this corner right here, it's kind of hard to see right now because of the dirt, but you have this really nice granite on these two corners, but then in this corner right here, it's just all kinds of torn up because of the lawnmower, the equipment, anything that may have been used here in the past. So what's important for us when we have to make these assessments of what we want to do we have to raise it above the ground, but then now you may risk damaging the stone even further, or we have it level to the ground so that way the equipment goes over and minimizes the risk of the stone. So most likely what we're going to do is we're going to have this to where it's level to the ground, minimize the risk damage to the stone, and then we'll see you in the next clip. Alright, family and friends, we kind of had to skip through a couple portions. We actually have about 4 more stones ahead of you for this video. So this stone, just to kind of describe it, this is Miss Carrie J Slade. She was born in November 23, 1993, passed away January 5, 1994, and has this beautiful angel that's off to your left-hand side, and it says, "We'll meet again." Mr. Harmon and I kind of have these wooden picks. We're going to kind of clean off the stone. We have some water, and we're going to clean the stone off as well as we can. We got a towel, we're going to dry her up, and then time for us to get to work. Cut this off. Especially these, because they're freaks. I know a couple guys.
Also, it'd be nice to have a small bottle of air.
Oh yeah.
You know,
A little canned air.
Yeah. I've been meaning to do one. You know, get one.
It also really helps when you are as remote as you are, so you may not have everything handy. See a really good reverse impression of the angel.
Oh, okay.
That just means that the roots over here took and stuck you with all the work. We can pour water on it. I'll just do it.
Some of them. I see a chunk like this. Yep. Chances are you can bend the crankshaft on your lawnmower with that. Your blade's gone.
So much torque.
Yeah. You can just see the size of that thing. You know.
So we can do a very slow pour on it, and then we'll dry it off, and we should be as good as we can. I'll get this one right here. Kind of let it settle, but good thing it can pour right there. Alright folks, that's our initial clean. This is underground. At the same time, the roots were so embedded to the lettering that we still have some lettering in there. The fortunate thing is we tried to dry the stone off, but here actually tomorrow it's supposed to rain a whole lot. So that will further rinse the stone out. The roots now, since they're above the ground, will dry up and eventually just like disintegrate. And then over time, the stone's going to be really nice. So that kind of concludes the cleaning of the stone. We'll see you in the next cut with the final closeout. We're back at Section 4, Oakland Cemetery at Carrie J, that's J as in Julie, Slade, S-L-A-D-E. Very beautiful stone, has an angel. If you look down on it, it's on the left-hand side. We found this stone. We knew there was a picture of it in the past, but it had overgrown, as a lot of the stones that we have found here lately. It's just pure nature of the cemetery. Plus, back in the early to late 2000s, the cemetery being abandoned, there was no one here to actually look after the cemetery to maintain the grounds. So there's an excellent chance, just even week after week, where just the natural growth can cover the stone. And over time, you just completely miss it. And in the process of finding these stones, what you may see here in the next clip or the next cut, we actually found a lot of temporary markers, because the section we're in has a lot of baby or infant stones. And there's a lot of them, which we'll cover in a later video. But as far as Miss Carrie J Slade stone goes, her stone was at a slant. We kind of made it flat, level to the ground, and then Mr. Harmon, actually, you can stop by and get these flowers at a local store. It's pretty nice. Just an added touch for the stone. The last thing we're going to do is add the flowers to the stone, and that will kind of give us a conclusion of this. And because the stone was covered in the past, we'll take a top-down picture, we'll take a panoramic picture, and that way if someone's looking for this stone here in the future, they'll at least have a reference point, and we should be good to go. So that covers another raise and reset, and we'll see you in the next. The temporary marker of baby boy Sligh, S-L-I-G-H. He was born in August of 1954. We found this temporary marker while we were in the process of looking for other stones. And we kind of did a general cleaning of it. I'm just going to dry it off a little bit, and then we'll give you a final cut here in a little bit. So just going to dry the stone off, and it's super windy, so I apologize for the sound. Alright folks, so that's kind of like the end of our general cleaning, and we dried off the stone. We are going to take a picture from above and also a reference shot here in a little bit, and then we'll see you here in the next clip. Alright folks and family, we're back here at Section 4 of Oakland Cemetery. We're in the process of mapping the cemetery, and in fact, we knew that there are 3 stones out here, which there were previous pictures. We ended up locating one, which you saw in an earlier clip. In the process of probing and looking for these stones, we found these temporary markers, which is actually very common in the infant section. We'll describe that in a later video, but we wanted to point out that the stone that's actually, or the temporary marker that's literally right in front of me, I'll read it out. It says Baby Boy Sligh, S-L-I-G-H. And I apologize for the pronunciation. I thought it was like Sligh, S-L-I-G-H, Sligh, but looked it up online. It says Sligh. Born in August of 1954, or passed away, I'm sorry, in 1954. And the temporary marker's right here. We wanted to at least raise it up and have it level to the ground. That way, one, it minimizes the damage when we're doing our landscaping. And then the other thing too is we're still in the process of trying to figure out what can we do to safely place the temporary markers at the same time have a nice little area for it. Some of these have stones, some of these may not have stones in the future, but we just want to make sure the temporary markers are in good shape. The last thing we're going to do, I have the set of flowers here that Mr. Harmon brought, and that's the final touch. And what we'll do is we'll take a top-down picture as well as a reference picture to the surrounding stones that are in the area, so that way when someone's coming up to look for this marker, they'll have a good visibility of where it is. That's it for this temporary marker, or this for baby Sligh. We have a couple more ahead for the video, and if you have any questions or comments, please leave it in the section below. Drop us a like and subscribe, that really helps with the channel, and as always, we appreciate your support.